Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and you are so much welcome to episode 117 of the CDAT HR Digest Show, your best show for a cozy Sunday afternoon. So, today, what do we have for you? I know you have seen the flyers around, but let's put in some more vibe into this to make it even more attractive. Every day we hear that acronym CSR, and then as HR professionals, we talk about it. But how much the CSR or corporate social responsibility concern us? Does it have anything to do with us at all? That is why we are here today. Let's find out what our role is as far as corporate social responsibility is concerned, and then how we can even make this a wonderful part of an organization. So, the actual topic we are looking at today is the role of HR in corporate social responsibility. Did you know you had a role to play in this? Well, sit back and let's help you find out if you really knew and you are doing right if you already knew it. So, joining us today to, digest this wonderful topic is a wonderful and great man who isn't a guest per se because he is mostly with us here. We've hosted him countless number of times, so most of us might know him already. I'm sure you saw him on the flyer and you were like, yeah, I know him. Yeah, that man. Yes, is that great man we are bringing your way today. So who is this great man? For the benefit of those who are just joining for the first time, allow me to share a brief intro of our guest today. So, he is Jeffrey McBoham, okay, and he is a global learning and development business, project management, equity, diversity and inclusions, and general human management and development professional. Wow, that's great. I mean, there's a lot for just one person. I'm not that, please. Let me continue. His specializations are in instructional design, project management, learning strategy advisory, artificial intelligence integration, and general human resource management and development. That is not all about Mr. Boham. He is the principal consultant currently at Team Path Solutions, LLC, a boutique learning and development. No, sorry, a boutique learning and performance consulting, and then training and development, human resource advisory, and certification preparation company based in Colombia. There's MD. He also works for the United States Foreign Service Institute, where U.S. ambassadors and other foreign service officers are trained and prepared for global deployment. What? Hey, Mr. Boham. Hmm. Today we are all tapping. We are tapping every side, every how. Yes. Jeffrey's prior roles before getting to team packed solution include senior performance management specialist consultant contractor at the United States Department of Labor. That's not all. Serial Space Consult Corporation, a space exploration company where he built training programs for their program managers who work on multi-million dollar NASA programs. Senior learning advisor at AARP and at Aerotech, one of the largest global staffing and human capital solutions company in the United States, where he managed the instructional systems design team. Let me add a little more, then I will let you see him. Jeffrey holds 3 master's degrees in business, HR management and development, and instructional design. He also holds HRCI and MPIs SPHR and PMP professional certifications, as well as SHRM's SHRMSCP certification. Huh, what? Before moving to the United States, Jeffrey worked as a legislative research officer in the parliament of his native country, that is Ghana. Beyond his professional achievement, Jeffrey is passionate about soccer, exploring the transformation potential of AI in HR, and engaging in public speaking as a Toastmaster. He is a past area director for Area 75 in Division G of Toastmasters International District 36. Jeffrey also loves spending time with his family and loved ones. That is why he's spending time with us to give us some free tips that will live with us forever as HR professionals. We are really, really privileged to have this great man. I mean, with all the things I read, you can go through it. This is not all, it's just a brief introduction of him. I mean brief. If I say brief, I mean brief. So you can imagine if we were bringing his whole portfolio here, then we couldn't have contained it. So now let's put a face to the wonderful man I just read about. Please, with emojis and anyhow you would want to welcome with me, Mr. I'm Jeffrey McBoham to today's show. Mr. Boham, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. Do you hear me?
Yes, clear.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You make me look like I'm bigger than what I really am.
You are big, please. You are a very
Yeah.
big man, and then we are blessed to have you.
I'm a hustler.
Are you sure? This doesn't look
Yeah.
like a hustler's profile at all.
I'm a hustler dealing with bad allergies today.
Wow. Sorry about the allergies, though. So please, you are so much welcome. Oh, sorry about that. You'll be
Yeah.
fine. Yeah, you are so much welcome back to See That HR show. We know that you are not a visitor here, so you know how it rolls. So I didn't know. I think we were talking backstage, and then I know you have people who are not part of the See That HR group, people who are your own people watching you from other parts. Maybe you can use some few seconds to say something to them. Let them know
Well,
you. Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for that opportunity. I would say that yes, I have some folks all the way in the country of Rwanda. They are quite a distance from us, and they have opted to watch today. So I'm like, it's important for me to give them a shout out. And then also for my folks watching in Ghana, more than likely my daughter's watching. So I just want to let everybody know that, hey, I want to give you one moment of stardom. I want everybody to recognize that these folks are really supporting me. And I want to say thank you to them.
Oh, awesome. 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 That was great. So thank you all, Mr. Boham's folks that are watching us. We are grateful that you joined us. Please give us a follow on all social media platforms. So that HR is so that HR consultant is our name. Yeah.
There's a
So let's
lawyer, there's a
go.
lawyer, one second, there's a lawyer in Rwanda who
Oh,
said he
okay.
texted me, he said, I'm going to watch. So I want to mention his name. His name is Lawyer Amand, Lawyer Fisto, just to let him know that I know he's watching and I want to say thank you to him.
Awesome. 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 Lawyer Fisto, thank you so much for joining us. We don't take it lightly. Thank you so much. Okay. So, Mr. Bohan, please, are you ready for us today? Can we zoom straight into the agenda for today?
I hope so. With my
Okay.
allergies, I hope so.
Oh, you are good. We know you got us. So, today's topic is looking at the role of HR in corporate social responsibility. It looks like most of the times when we hear corporate social responsibility, the people that comes to mind is marketing and then maybe PR people. But today we want to talk about HR having a part to play. So in your own words, this CSR that has become a buzzword. In your own words, what is corporate social responsibility? And then how does HR move it beyond a buzzword into a strategic tool?
Okay. Um, well, it's interesting that you say what you just said, which is that corporate social responsibility is generally what the public sees is generally handled by marketing and PR teams,
Yeah.
but I want to make a practical case for folks to realize that HR is actually part of it. So let's start at the beginning of your question, which is first and foremost, what is CSR,
Yeah.
corporate social responsibility? I don't want to go theoretical. I want to go with the actuality of it for people to truly understand what it means. So
Right.
let's start from the back, the CSR. Let's start from the R, responsibility. Responsibility means we choose to be responsible. And it's a natural and it's the right thing to do for us to be responsible as human beings. If you go live in a new neighborhood, it's wise and responsible for you to be friends with the people who are next door to you. You don't know what's going to happen to you.
Mm-hmm.
When you go to a farm, when you get a land to farm or in a village, you want to be responsible to the villagers. If you go mining, you want to be sure that you are supporting them with clean water and things like that. So we choose to be responsible, okay? Social, to the society that we serve, and corporate, it means our organization. So basically, corporate social responsibility means that it is a responsibility that organizations take up upon themselves, okay, to be
Yeah.
responsible to the societies within which they operate and to the very people that serve them. For example, you work for a company. If something happens in your family, one of your family members falls sick, and your company doesn't send a delegation to go to the hospital to visit those people, it may get to a point where you say, these people don't care about me. I don't want to work for them anymore. I fly a lot of airlines in this country. There's one particular airline that even my computer tells me, are you flying on this airline? Because they have made it a corporate social responsibility, not just to deal with their flight, the people that fly them, but they send me emails, they check on me, things like that. That
Yeah.
same airline, when I go to the airport or when I'm flying, okay, and I run out of anything, they'll say, Mr. Boham, would you need something? Would you need XYZ? So what you see, it might look like just a loyalty program, but it's also kind of a level of intimacy that the organization chooses to establish with the society. So to wrap it up, corporate social responsibility really is, I would say, a company's decision to set upon itself as a value to actually work in partnership, okay, in supporting the environment within which they operate. If I build a school in a village, there's nothing wrong with me occasionally having a program for parents of the kids to come in and see how we're training their kids. It gives them trust, it gives them respect, and it makes them understand what we're doing. So it's a broader term. Now, when it comes to corporate social responsibility, okay, there are various dimensions of it. That is why it gets a bit, muzzy when people are talking about it. There's an environmental component to it, the relationship we have with our environment. There's a financial component to it. There's a personal component. There's so many variations to it. That is why most of the time organizations tend to place it within the PR and I would say marketing space, just so that the society that they operate within would see them as that population that truly supports them or that organization that's really loyal to them. However, I'm going to use another analogy. A father takes the child to school. The child is
Okay.
dressed well. Okay. The child
Yeah.
is dressed well, doing very well. Everybody sees only the father. But there was a mother who woke the child up in the morning, who bathed the child, who
Yeah.
fed the child, who dressed the child. Nobody sees the mother. Everybody sees the father because the father took the child to school.
True.
Okay, very
Yes.
good. So the point I'm trying to establish is there's so much that HR does. And in fact, I think when you go to a lot of organizations, you're going to see CSR again being placed in the marketing space, which from a business point of view, yes, they can do that. But in reality, I think HR should own it. And I'll explain why.
Okay.
When you look at most organizations, okay, when you look at most organizations, they have three core pillars that
Yeah.
run the organization. There's the people side of the equation, there's a process side of the equation, and then there's a technology side of the
Sure.
equation. Who manages the people side of the equation? HR. Okay. And
HR.
the people make the
Yes.
processes and the technologies work. So the most important asset of any organization is its people. And if HR is responsible for supporting the people, and if HR is responsible for kind of developing that mindset that everybody uses to kind of spread the company's values and social responsibility issues to the rest of society, I think HR should own it. But again, for the companies that choose to put it in marketing, some companies put it in legal. It's all welcome. I hope your question is answered. I know this was a bit muzzy, but there's a lot of wisdom in that. I want people to understand truly what corporate social responsibility means.
Yes. 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 This is really good because this is the first question, and then we really, really wanted to understand what the relationship lies between the role of HR and then corporate social responsibility. Just as I said in the beginning, because it's more of marketing, and then you've even made us understand that some people even make it legal. Yeah, but thank you so much. With all the analogy you've given, the examples, it makes it even much more appreciated. So I just want I think there was a second part of my question, and then I was like, how do HR make this not to look like the buzzword it is, but develop it into something like a strategic tool? Is there a way we can go about this?
Yes, yes. And HR has a lot of functional areas. There's compensation benefits, there's training, there's recruitment, there's so many aspects of HR. But when you look really at HR, what HR does three main things. HR brings people into the organization. HR manages and grows the people within the organization, and HR takes the people out of the organization. Unfortunately, in our part of the world, you don't see it's called outplacement services. In our part of the world, you don't see that getting done that much. So you see 57-year-olds who celebrate their 57th birthday for 57 times, and they can't even walk. They can't even walk, but they still stay at 57, because there are
7
no
years.
important outplacement services. HR has to actually coordinate all that. So let's get back to corporate social responsibility. When HR is bringing people into the organization, it is important that HR conscientizes the people, and HR makes it a value recommendation that this first and foremost, HR has to select people that align with their values. Let's say if I'm somebody who loves to take care of children, if my company loves to take care of children, I want to indirectly look for people online, or people, I want to look at resumes and look at people who have stated that they have a passion for children. So
True.
HR bring the right people that align with that corporate social responsibility mindset into the company. When they come to the company, it is HR's responsibility to put those people in key areas that will make them even digest and foster the corporate social responsibility thing more within their homes and within their environments. And HR also has to build training programs to kind of, build champions within the organization to build that complete mindset. And when people are leaving the organization through outplacement services, it is important that HR still lets them know that when you find somebody who would be a good candidate to work for an organization like us, who supports all our principles and who aligns with our corporate responsibility mindset, bring that person in. So throughout the life cycle, I would say throughout the life cycle of an employee, HR is the person holding hands with that employee. Okay, So HR has, to me, HR marketing just talks about it. I'm sorry, I'm not. This is not a slight on marketing,
No, no.
but obviously, marketing builds relationships with the communities,
True.
etc., etc. But in
Yeah.
terms of the employees, who I think the employees are the greatest stewards and the greatest ambassadors of any corporate social responsibility initiative.
True.
So they say charity begins at home. Get your
Mm-hmm.
employees thinking that way, and HR is the function that actually makes that happen.
Wow. So that is just the strategy. If you get your employees to buy in, then it makes it easier for you to lead the corporate social responsibility agenda as an HR professional.
If you,
Wow.
if you train your kids, if you train your kids to go to church every Sunday throughout their lives, okay,
Yeah.
even when they get married, they are going to go to church, even when you are not there.
True.
And who trained them? It is the HR people. So
Wow.
HR has the responsibility of conscientizing and building a group mindset and an individualistic mindset to support the organization's corporate social responsibility initiatives.
Wow. Wow. That is really, really profound. That's such a profound statement. So even if mommy or daddy is not going to church, because they've trained me to know that every Sunday I have to go to church, even if they can't go, I can go.
That
Awesome.
is correct.
Awesome. So I would want us to take a quick break, and then after we are back, we are going to dive into more because this is really, really awesome. So I don't know where you are joining us from, our dear audience. Please, the chat box is yours. You can leave a comment. Let us know where you are watching us from, where you are joining us from, and how you are, feeling about the whole show this afternoon. We've not gotten anywhere. If you just join us, we are looking at the role of HR in corporate social responsibility. So I don't know if you've heard. You should hear by now because see that HR Consult is bringing your way training on building a competitive grading system and salary structure. You need to get your employees to know that what you are giving them is competitive enough. And you also need to be sure that what you are actually giving your employees is competitive enough. We have made some research, some investigations, and we realize that this is the time that we bring this your way to help you get 800% as far as competitive grading system and salary structure is concerned. So this is just going to be a 2-day practical and high impact workshop. Who is our target? Our target includes heads of HR departments, HR directors, HR managers, HR officers, payroll officers, compensation and benefits officers, and SME owners. So practically everybody who is here is part of the target for this wonderful 2-day program. So another part will be supervisors and managers who make regular pay decisions. So even if your boss is not here, he needs to join this 2-day program. So please let him be aware. It is a cool chop. I'm sure that is all you are waiting to hear. How much is it free? It is not free, but it is really free because how much we are charging you for 2 days. Practical. We are not just doing some theory, something. We are looking at a practical 2-day workshop. And then the date is going to be 22nd to 23rd of next month. That is May. And the time will be 8 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. each day. So you can imagine 8:30 a.m. 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. That is a lot. And a lot is going to be covered. Where are we having this? This is happening at the Siddharth Consult Conference Room, and it is located at number 8 Morendo Street, Nyameche, Kata area, Accra. That is just on the La Paz stretch. Yeah, that's just on the La Paz stretch. It's not a place you get missing. You know us. You get it? You know us. There is ways you can reach out to us. You can call us on 0244 or 0591 405555. The fives are four. Don't get confused. Reach out to us for more. And then the rate, you are still waiting for it. It's a cool 2,600 cities for 2 days. And then it is not just you paying and coming to listening and go. We are giving you a certificate for this 2 day workshop, 2 day practicals workshop. So please, I beg you, if you've not made the decision, kindly do so now. There is a lot of time to raise the money if that is the problem. 22nd to 23rd May is far away. So please put yourself together and join us for this practical training. Thank you so much. So if you are just joining us, this is the HR Digest show by see that HR Consult. And then today we are treating the topic, the role of HR in corporate social responsibility. And Mr. Jeffrey Boham is doing justice to the topic. You've not missed much if you were worried. Let's go back and then look at some more things we can learn on the topic. Okay, so Mr. Boham, I'm back. And
Thank you.
Now I want to ask, with all the explanation received, now we know that we have a role to play and that even the strategy for CSR needs to come from us. In that case, how can HR departments lead innovative? We are not just talking about they leading the CSR, but we are looking at how we can lead innovative CSR initiative that go beyond traditional models like donation and volunteering. Whenever CSR is mentioned, maybe not your part of the world, but in this part of the world, we are looking at donation. We gather something and then we go to orphanage or we volunteer to clean some gutters and then all of that. Right now that we know that we need to lead this initiative, how can we do it innovatively beyond the usual traditional models of donation and then volunteering? Can you help us?
Well, I think I touched on the bulk of that even earlier. And
Yeah.
and what I would say is, the donations are not bad things. They're good. The volunteerism and things like that, they're great. But that's what corporate social responsibility has been perceived to be over the years. So when we talk about innovation, we're talking about being conscious and purpose driven about it, selecting the right people, the people who have the capabilities to be able to align with the company's values right before they even get to the company. Okay, that's number one. Number two, coming up with activities whilst they're in the company, coming up with activities and maybe some gamification procedures and experiential deals that would kind of get them to live those guiding principles, create a set of guiding principles that align with the company's values, the company's social responsibility values. Okay, there's so many ways. And I think the answer to every question I would say in life is it depends. It depends on which direction the company is going. Okay. And it's important that the company looks at the strategy. HR needs to importantly look at the strategy of the company and the company's vision and social responsibility goals and create and craft. Thank God we have the chat GPTs and all these tools that can actually help you craft those things very earlier now. So create those tools and align them with those visions and those values and create activities that really bring, I would say, the corporate social responsibility into the internal fabric of the company, because those people who live within the company end up becoming the extension or the ambassadors. If I believe in something at church, when I go home, I'll talk about it at home.
Okay.
So if I'm the pastor, I want to teach them not just what they have to do at church, but what they also, I know a lot of people went to church on Sunday, that's why I'm saying this. It's important to teach them what they also have to do when they go home.
Right.
And in the same vein, when we talk about some creative things that social corporates, like where I work right now, you know, one of the things the organization is doing is saying they want us to create, because we do more of virtual type stuff.
Okay.
So they want to create a stronger bond and camaraderie. So they say, they're giving awards to
Okay.
people who can point out what their friends have done to bring each other together. So by so doing, they are creating an awareness and conscientizing the rest of the population to say, this is what we stand for, this is what we want you to stand for. And when they leave the organizations, they'll say, this is what this company stands for, and this is why I joined this company. So there are so many innovative approaches, I would say, but that really depends on the vision, on the purpose, and that purpose that is aligned with the company's, I would say, overarching strategy. I hope that helps.
That helps. That helps. That really, really helps. So I am really, really thinking. It means that every organization can actually do corporate social responsibility without necessarily depending on let's say a budget, because the excuse most organizations who are doing nothing as far as corporate social responsibility is concerned is because their budgets are tight. We are just a startup. We don't have what it takes to do some of these things. So speaking to that, what can you say about that? Because I'm really trying to look at it, and I'm sure that somebody would need some hammering on that point to know that as an HR, you don't really just have to rely on budgets to get corporate social responsibility vehicle moving. Yeah. So,
That's a very good question, and very good thing you're trying to kind of understand for yourself. And I think it's important for me to kind of speak to it more articulately so that folks,
yeah.
and it's because I know this is going to hurt some HR people. I'm sorry to say that, but we are moving into a new, I would say, work environment where staying in your lane as an HR person is not sufficient.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to silo bust. When I say silo bust, we're moving from a functionalized world where people stayed in marketing, sales, finance, to a projectized world where you can find yourself on 10 projects. In each project, or on each project, you get asked questions about how HR can integrate its activities into everything. So the point that I'm trying to establish is it's important for HR people to start thinking as business people.
Okay.
Now, when you join corporate HR leaders, they speak business. You'll be surprised that they don't talk HR that much. Everything you are doing in training, everything you're doing in recruiting, the head of HR is going to the boardroom and is presenting it as dollars and cents. They're
Right.
presenting it as Rwandan franc. They're presenting it as cities.
Sure.
So it's important that we look at the I would say the financial part and the financial impact of corporate social responsibility initiatives, and articulate it, make a business case to the organization. Because let me give you some interesting statistics. Do you know that there's evidence that corporate social responsibility initiatives increase loyalty? Okay, it increases customer loyalty by at least 25%. You remember I shared an example with you right from the beginning. I said
Right.
there's an airline, for me, whenever I'm booking an
Yeah.
internal airline, an internal flight, only one airline comes to mind because they treat me very well. So I don't look at any other person.
Okay.
So the point is, if you create corporate social responsibility issues that create employee engagement within the company and create customer loyalty, so at the end of the day, you get a larger size of the market, you get more business coming in. So because of those intangible activities, you end up generating more revenue and you become an industry leader. So if HR can understand those dynamics and capture those details and articulate that to leadership, they won't have a budgetary problem. But it's because they don't articulate it. I hope it's making sense.
I am learning. I'm really, really learning.
We are learning.
Yeah. So please, folks, I know you are with us. You are really, really with us. And then yes, I see some of you leaving messages in the chats, and that is really, really important to us. We are doing this together. So please leave the messages in the chat. We are going to read it out. I'm going to read it out, and Mr. Boham is here. He came for us. He's going to give us answers and then help us go back to organizations as the corporate social responsibility leads we are. So please, we are no more just staying in one corner doing the people thing anymore. We are entering every part of the organization. We are taking control as HR people. This is really awesome. So let's take one more question and then we'll go for a short break and come back. So, Mr. Bob, in that case, I would want to find out how can HR ensure CSR becomes part of the organization's DNA and not just an annual checklist? So what I'm trying to ask is, most of the times, corporate social responsibility organizations look at maybe second quarter of the year, and then we go and then we do one donation, and then in our books we write that corporate social responsibility was done just annually, once in a year, something. But with what we are understanding, we being the drivers of this initiative as HR, how can we make this become part of the DNA? You're not just the blood, but the DNA of the organization, so that it doesn't become a one of 10 year in a year.
Start by selecting the people who already have traces of it in their DNA coming into the organization. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Okay. If you believe in charity,
sure.
If you believe in donating to companies, and you have to hire like an operations manager, and on one's resume, they tell you that I like to work for companies that generate profits because that's where I am. That's what I believe. I went to Harvard and I'm a business executive. And the other person says, even though I went to Harvard, I believe in giving back to society. I love children and I like to work for NGOs. Which of the two would you select?
Oh, the second one.
That's exactly where I'm going. Right. And what I'm going is look for people who have traces of that in their DNA to start with. And then tell them during this orientation, even during the recruitment process, that this is what we stand for. So you bring them into the company. During orientation, you remind them. Okay. As you continue to weave things into their life, because basically it's how you treat people that they live. If you treat people by, creating dependencies, they will depend on you. If you treat people by teaching them how to be independent, they'll become independent. So when you bring them into organizations, you create, I'll say, metrics that kind of reward, metrics that reward exhibiting those behaviors. And then you create guiding principles to support that. And then you create promotion programs that are based on, I would say, clearly and intentionally executing the corporate social responsibility beliefs of the company. So if you have 5 people wanting to be CEO, and year after year after year, the CEO that gets selected is the one who made the organization go and do so much work in the community, regardless of what they did within the company. The next leaders that you're going to have, right from day one, they're going to start thinking about how do I do something that's going to benefit the society because I want to become CEO one day. So the point I'm trying to establish is it is the little things that you do. It doesn't have to be major things, but they have to see you live those things. They have to see that everybody who's in leadership, everybody who is running the ship of that business should, in one way or the other, be exhibiting those values that reflect the corporate social responsibility mindset of the company. And ultimately, it's going to be woven into everyone's DNA. Even they will tell people who want to apply to the company, hey, if you don't have a passion for community, don't even go. Those guys will not hire you.
Yes.
So you have to brand. It's a kind of branding. You have to brand yourself as the person who does
Branded.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr. Boham. That was really, really insightful. Okay, so please, like I said, I'll be going on a short break. When we are back, we will be going straight into our chat box and see comments. So please, if you have a question you've not left in the comment section yet, kindly do that so that when we are back from the break, we will look at your questions and then help you with the answers you need so that you go back charged to do corporate social responsibilities. All right. So this is Sidat HR Consult. And I want to find out from you, please, have you used our services yet? What have you allowed us to help you with? Do you even know what we do? Maybe you are on our page, or maybe you join our Sunday shows once in a while. Do you have details of our services? If you don't worry. Right now, let's take you through what we stand for. So, our services include HR support, advisory and outsourcing, talent acquisition and management, staff outsourcing, compensation and benefits management, employee engagement, training and development, payroll outsourcing, recruitment and executive search, event management, ushering services. We do all of this. This is not just all, but because of time, I just want to give you just briefs of some of the things we do. You see, and if you need us to help you with any of these services, the numbers I placed across earlier, 0244 629245 or 059 1405 555. Let us be your consultant for any of these services, and you will never ever regret it because we give our best. We don't try to give our best, but we give the actual best. And we have a good news for you. Have you seen the upcoming 2 days workshop? If you give a referral, we have a beautiful discount for you. You get a whopping 20% discount. So if I were you, I will start sharing the information to all my contacts so that I will come for my discount as well. So please do not waste time as you are joining. You are telling somebody about this wonderful program coming up and then telling them about our services as well. Maybe a company, a fellow HR needs any of these services. Please talk to them about Sidat HR Consult and then give them our link, and then we will be there to support them. Yes, thank you so much. Now, we would want to go back to the studio and do some few checks in our comment section. Oh, awesome. We have some wonderful people joining us. And then I see Eric Holbrook Smith saying hello from Sunyani. Hello, Eric. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you are still with us. Please don't leave. We are not done. I also see Mustafa. Yeah, Mustafa. You see, Mustafa also joins us from Accra. Mustafa, thank you so much. And this is Michael here. Michael is also joining us from Kumasi. Oh, we are so much grateful to you for joining us. Yes, and then Zakaria Salamat. Yeah, Zakaria Salamat is also watching from Kumasi. Good evening, Salamat. Thank you for joining us today. Now there is I think a question from Michael Kisi, and we would want to take it. It's either a question or yeah, let's see. So Michael is saying that HR can play a role in corporate social responsibility by integrating ethical practices and social initiative into the company culture and operations. Oh, okay. So Michael is giving us some great tips here. He is helping us to know some of the ways that we can actually incorporate social corporate social responsibilities into our practices as HR. Michael, that is profound. Thank you so much. And then he's adding up that in respect of the above, HR can be involved in CSR by educating employees about their company's CSR initiative and encouraging employees' participation in the CSR projects of their companies or organizations. Also, HR can organize and support community service and volunteer programs, motivating employees to engage in social causes. Michael has really been with us because the thought he's sharing is no different at all from what our guest is actually helping us with. Michael, this is awesome. And he also adds up that HR plays a role in fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace, which is a fundamental aspect of CSR. This could include creating policies that promote equal opportunities and fair treatment. And then his last comment here says that through a through HR embedding CSR into the organizational culture and practices, HR helps create a positive social impact while also enhancing their company's reputation, employee morale, and overall business success. Thank you. No, Michael, let me rather say thank you because you've also given us some great input here. And then please look into the chat box or look at the screens they have been displayed. You can jot them down and then add them to the tips we are getting out of here today. Thank you so much, Michael. And I see something from Usman Beidu. Yeah, he's saying that please, my school encountered a fire outbreak and is still battling with funds to restore the dormitory to normalcy in order to reduce the congestion in the dormitories. Please, any link for my school for assistance. Okay, so fellow HRs, this is Usman Beidu asking for assistance for his school. Maybe this is an opportunity for you to be part of corporate social responsibility. Usman, let's know how we can reach out to you so that if there is anybody who would want to use your case as a means of practicing CSR, they can do that. Thank you. And we have, oh, please, I do not want to get this name wrong. JD, let me just say that, watching from India. JD, thank you so much for joining us all the way from India. Thank you so much. And then we have Flora. Flora also watching us all the way from Rwanda. Oh, you people are so lovely. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are grateful to you. So let's go back to our guest for today. There are just about two more questions I have for Mr. Boham, and then I'll leave him be. So, Mr. Boham, yes, with all that we have talked about right now, I just want to ask, look at the kind of world we are in now. And initially, you even made mention of AI. And that is what is dominating the world now, whether you like it or not. As HR, AI has come to stay. And that is not the only thing. The traditional way of working and all of that, a whole lot of things are changing. So, in a digital first and hybrid work era, how can HR adapt CSR initiative effectively? What I'm trying to say is, how can technology and digital platforms be used to track, communicate, and scale CSR efforts? Please help.
Thank you very much. Now, before I answer the question, I think I heard the question very well, but I want to go back to the comments. I'm looking at the comments here. I
Okay.
want to kind of highlight what Dr. Michael Kisi has posted.
Oh,
You
okay.
know, there's so many things he's talked about that are very, very clear actions. But even before those actions, before we conscientize and train people to execute those functions, I want to go beneath that and say we have to change their mindset to start thinking in the direction. Because Dr. Michael Kisi's thing talks mostly about culture and ethics and diversity. Well,
Mm,
culture is the way of life of a group of people, and the way of life starts at home. So
right.
it is important for HR to set the direction, give them a purpose driven mindset, set the vision, and guide them to do the right thing. So I kind of want to highlight on that. And then also, I want to say a shout out to Flora, whom you just mentioned. Her
Yeah.
nickname is Mabuke. I want to say a full salute to her for actually posting. And then
Right.
Mr. Usman Bedu, I also saw there is a Fomena. Mr. Usman Bedu, what I advise you do is, I would say, some of these things, unfortunately, you find a lot of people thinking that, organizations that go through some of these challenges, when we tell the issues, some people don't believe them. So I would say, take some pictures, okay? Do some interviews, show some people what is happening and what has been done so far to mitigate the issues. Okay, let people get visibility into what actions their money is going to go into, and people, I think, request donations, and people are going to do that.
Right.
But that's just, rather than just telling them, just show evidence of what's really happening
Mm,
and how it's being resolved. Okay,
right.
get back to your question. I know we have just a little bit of time left. Um,
Yes.
your question was, can you repeat the question?
Okay. So we are looking at in this era where we are in a digital first and then hybrid work era. Okay. How can HR adapt CSR initiative effectively? That is looking at how we can use technology and digital platforms to track, communicate, and scale CSR efforts.
Well, let me create a scenario.
Right.
Um, Before telemedicine, there
Mm-hmm.
was medicine.
True.
And before a doctor can practice telemedicine, the doctor has to still be a medical doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Now, modern technology is giving us all these extra options to have televisits. You can be at work, go to the bathroom, talk to you, or go to whichever place it is, go sit in your car, have your telemedicine, check in with your doctor, and it's as good as going to the office.
Mm,
So I think in regards to how we can use technology to scale and to strengthen, it's important that every organization starts working together with their IT to look at their constraints and their capabilities. And for like COVID taught us a big lesson. COVID taught
right.
us how to work from home. And
Yes.
HR started managing people's performance from home. We started having meetings from home.
Mm,
So corporate social responsibility, as long as there's a wherever there's a will, there's a way. As long as we believe in what we're doing, that's a starting point. Whether we're using computers, because in my organization right now, we have a lot of groups. We have employee resource groups that champion certain key areas, and they have SharePoint sites. They have platforms that they meet on. So when it comes to technology, I think it's going to differ by organization based on their opportunities and constraints. But the few things that we know is using collaboration tools like Slack, SharePoint, etc., Zoom. I quite
right.
remember I know some of them may be watching. My folks from my parents, primary school. We kind of bond together very much. And during COVID, when we couldn't really bond in person, And because also most of us are in different parts of the world now, guess what? We used to host like bi-weekly Zoom parties, and they were as enjoyable as sitting next to each other. You have your beverage, you have your music going on. We had a DJ who would be playing the music, and people dance and we watch. So you can make things work even using technology. That's what I'm trying to emphasize here. Now, uh, when it comes to the specific tools and resources, again, you don't want to mention tools that organizations may not have, because I work for an organization that is very, very technology laden. So I don't want to be mentioning too many tools. However, the thing is, we have to look for the appropriate and the appropriate technology that fits our culture and whatever we're doing. We have to look for technology tools. We have to look for collaboration. One is collaboration tools. Let me use, and then I don't want to mention companies' names, but I did a research on the company Netflix. Okay, I have to mention one.
Yeah.
The company Netflix, their product is online. People just watch at home. About 90 something percent of their employees work from home. How do they still manage performance? As you're on your computer every day, okay, the websites that you go through, you build a history, your breadcrumbs, all these things download. The company has software that tracks some of these things. Whether you're working or you're not working, they know or they don't know. So that's why I'm saying the companies, we in HR have to really, that's why I mentioned something. I said we have to silo bust. We have to go beyond HR and start asking who are the key stakeholders that are going to make this work. If we are moving into the technology space, it is important that we liaise with folks in IT, and the folks who give us what we can do, and we work with them. I want to not just tell people what it is, but I want to give people that mindset to say, this is what you can do. Some companies, like a company like Netflix, they can be sitting in America and tracking people in India or tracking people in Germany. Okay. Some companies don't have that capability. So you have to look at your technological capabilities and the tools that are available and the tools that your financial capability can potentially buy, and then leverage those tools. So it's not, shifting from, a lot of people make it sound like too technological, but shifting from in person to doing things more digitally is not as complicated as we used to appear in the past. So I don't want to get too bogged on which tools to use or what tools to not use. I think every organization has the freedom to kind of evaluate the available tools on the market and pick and choose which one is going to work best for their culture, for their technology, for their finances, and for whatever they're trying to execute. I hope that answers your question.
It does. Thank you so much. So please, HRs, there are a lot of tools out there in this technology world you can leverage on to do corporate social responsibility, communicate and track them either ways, whichever function you would want to use technology for. Please access some of them. So all too soon, our 1 hour is up. But please, pardon us, let's take some few minutes and let me tell you about this wonderful product that is giving us. As HRs, one of the things that we care about most is the health of our people. I don't know if you have a health package for your team yet. If you didn't have, or you are trying to get and you think it's too expensive, we have come to make that life easy for you with what we call the 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐢𝐨𝐧. What we call the 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻. So what is this about? So 𝐀𝐝𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐬𝐻 is just like any normal healthcare product, but this one is quiet, easier to access, and then it's also give you some additional advantages that are not actually available in the market. So with the 𝐶DAT health plan, we look at Revia. We believe in fair and flexible pricing. So you would ask, why pay for services you are unlikely to use? That is why we offer a modular price model. Okay, a modular price model. What does this mean? It means that for a standard membership, we start at just 30 Ghana cedis per person for each month, covering essential healthcare needs. Did you hear the amount? 30 cedis for a whole month per person. And then there is some add-ons which includes customer plans with additional services tailored to your team's needs, every team and what they need. Maybe you are into a manufacturing, you are into manufacturing, somebody is into transportation. So there are particular needs that your team needs. Just let us know those things. And then these are just at an extra cost, which is not much at all. So for a standard member, let's look into it. For standard membership, you just pay 360 cedis for each individual for a year. And what do you get? All the things listed here: unlimited free virtual care, 4 free in-person consultations, up to 15% off medication and labs, access to personal care team, monthly health insights, virtual mental health consultation and support. This is very, very important. The mental health consultation. You get priority referrals in Revia network, personalized health profiles, remote health monitoring and alerts, free health workshop and screening. This, a lot of us are paying a lot for health workshop and screening. I mean, all the items listed here, and you are paying 360 cedis pill in a year to get all of these. In addition to the standard membership plan, these add-ons can be purchased for additional benefits. What are they? Free labs, 60 cedis per month. Oh, please. Capped at 400 per visit. That is 5,000 per year. Enjoy up to 15% off lab tests after exceeding the coverage limit. Oh, this is too good. Please. Are you noting them? H-House, please do. You get free medications, 80 cedis per month, capped at 500 Ghana cedi per visit, 7,000 per year, and you will enjoy up to 15% off medications after exceeding the coverage limit. Oh, please. Dependent get 20 cedis per month, no cap. You get same benefits apply for your dependent too. Hey, pay way now, pay. So this one is a trusted health plan for SMEs. Mhm. So no matter how small you are, you just talk to us. Let us know the actual thing you need. Let us know your budget. We will work something out for you. Okay. Specialized care, consultation, medication, virtual care, labs, and all of those things. You know that these things are there, but they are very expensive. But with Revia Clinic, we are giving you all of this at a very affordable price, a price that won't hurt. So finally, the experience you deserve. Revia is a branded network of company-owned and partner clinic offering membership based in person and virtual healthcare. Our services include consultation, like all the things I have mentioned already. There is lab, there is pharmacy, there's specialist care, screening, surgery. I mean, everything a clinic offers, we offer all of those. So how do you get in touch with us? We are in the Eastern region, Koforidua. There is a clinic there at there is also a clinic in the central region, Kaswa, with Bethel Community Clinic. Koforidua, we have the Koforidua Dialysis Center, Koforidua Women's Clinic, and then Greater Accra, there, Bobo Baby. We'll be sharing this with you. Get in touch with us, okay, via 0538 132557, or locate us at 64 Royal Castle Road, Accra, or visit our website www.riviaco.com. Rivia is RIVIA. look for us and then enjoy our services. This is very affordable. You can afford it. So, all too soon, we are coming to the end of today's session. I know it has been very, very impactful. You enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed it. But um, before we end, I see Usman has shared his box, that's box 7 at Dance Formina, and he has also left his number 0508572393. So please, if you want to reach out to Usman to support the building, the school building that caught fire, for them to get back into operation, kindly reach out to him. But Usman, as advised by Mr. Boham, kindly get in action and do that as well. And then thank you so much, Gordana Dako from Kumasi, for also joining us. We are grateful for having you. So, Mr. Boham, lastly, as we leave here, just tell us this one last thing. Let's go with it. What guiding principle or mindset should every HR professional adapt when it comes to driving CSR? That is just the last thing. If nobody leaves any question in the comment, and then we can actually call it a day here.
Okay, thank you very much. But before I share any parting thoughts, I want to try and do justice to the gentleman from India. His is Jigatesh D. I think his name wasn't mentioned. He was mentioned as JD. I can understand it can
Yes,
be
please.
challenging, but I just wanted to give him that commendation, that
Right.
shout out. We did our best to mention his name. Mr. Jigatesh, thank you very much for joining us. Now, my parting words, that's going to be interesting. Um, I'm going to not just, again, I preach about silo busting. So I'm not going to sit only in the HR space. I'm going to wear both HR and business hats. Now, what I'm going to tell HR leaders, you know, is it's important that we come to understand corporate social responsibility, not just as the right thing to do from an HR point of view, it is also the right business decision to make. And what do I mean here? There is data. There's even Harvard, there are quite a number of Harvard researchers that demonstrate that a good corporate social responsibility program strengthens employee engagement. And for those of us in HR, if you really understand what employee engagement is, it is that invisible glue that ties everybody together, gets everybody working together to support the goals and values and vision of the company. So as HR leaders, it is important for us to purposefully articulate the business value of supporting corporate social responsibility initiatives, whether it's in person or online or digital or whichever approach. We have to make sure that it's ingrained in the mindset of the people that we bring into our organization and the people that we manage. And we have to also track the responses and the data, the outcomes of it, and demonstrate that to the company's leadership to capture more financial resources to be able to even expand upon some of these things. So if there's anything that I want to part this great team that observed us and chatted with us today, I think let's look at corporate social responsibility not just as the right thing to do, but also as the most savvy business decision to make in bringing organizations together and in creating an ownership mindset within the employee base so that when they walk away from the organization, they become an extension of the mindset of the company and the values, the beliefs, and the social responsibility initiatives that the company wants to execute. Thank you so much. Allergies killing me.
Oh, so sorry. That thing, it's gone. It's gone. I don't know if I need to prophesy, but it's okay. It's gone.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Boham. This is priceless. I mean, it's very, very I don't even know the word to use, because where you started with us from and then where you've actually brought us to has opened our eyes to some of the things that we were not even looking at all. I know we were always hiding ourselves in that corner. I'm just HR, I'm in charge of the people. If it's about going out there, let's leave it to the marketing people. We didn't even know that the strategy the marketing people even need to use, and then how they are able to get to the people need to come from us. And today we have learned a lot, that we just need to help our people to have that mindset. And once that is done, CSR is taken care of. So, before I leave you, I beg all of you, allow me to talk to you about the transforming HR with intelligent AI solution. That is the people's HR. Yeah, the people's HR. So what is this about? Just make smarter hiring decision with people HR. That is an AI empowered technology, boost efficiency, enhance accuracy, and drive data um, backed inside for better talent choices. What are we looking at when we talk about this? Smarter interview analysis, faster hiring process, AI chatbot for chatbot for HR support, predict employee turnover, better HR decision with data. Make HR smarter, faster, and more efficient with people HR. See that HR is thinking about you. So we are bringing you a whole lot of packages that will make your work as an HR very, 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 very simple and smooth. So you can get in touch with Sidat HR if you would want to make use of the people's HR, or you can call us 0244 629245 or 0243 945679, and lastly 059140 555, or just go to any of our social media handles. Okay, reach out to us that you want more on the transforming HR with intelligent AI solutions. That is the people's HR, and we will sort you out. We are everywhere on social media: LinkedIn, Facebook, um, Instagram, YouTube. Reach out to us and we will take care of you. Or you can visit the website www.peopleshr.com. And then for the healthcare solutions I spoke to you about earlier, if you can't reach out to the review people, you can reach out to see that consult and we will help you with that assistance. We provide services, and so every kind of service we got you. Just get in touch with us and you are well taken care of. So, all too soon, we come to the end of today's session. Apologies, we've taken about 15 minutes of your time than the usual, but I think it's worth it. You will agree with me. So allow me to say a very big thank you to Mr. Jeffrey McBoham for sharing all those invaluable insights on HR's pivotal role in corporate social responsibility. It was actually insightful, invaluable one to say. Thank you so much, sir. And then, please, we know that whenever we call on you, we'll get you. Thank you so much for coming. You'll be coming back soon for another one.
Thank you very much, Madam Felicia and the SEDA team for
Yeah.
bringing me here from time to time. And I want to wrap up by also saying congratulations to my folks, Liverpool, for actually winning the trophy. I was following it as we were speaking. I'm a
Oh,
big
really?
Chelsea fan. Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'm
you
a
would
big
also.
Chelsea fan, but Liverpool has done amazing. So great job, Liverpool.
Right. Okay. So, all the Liverpool fans, you have one big fan here. Congratulations to
I'm
you
not a
all.
fan. I'm not a Liverpool fan. I'm a Chelsea fan. I have a Chelsea thing here all the time.
I
I'm
see.
100%
Oh,
Chelsea,
very
but I
nice.
just, when somebody wins, you have to just wash their feet. They did a great
Oh,
job.
great, great. That's beautiful of you. That's nice of you. So, to my awesome audience, we appreciate your participation and engagement. In fact, if we come here, sit here, talk, and then you don't join us, what did we come here to do? This is for you, and you joining us made it impactful. And I see Michael Kisi saying, wow, wow, wow. God Almighty bless you, Seboha. Thank you to all of you who took time out of your busy schedules to join us. We are saying that stay connected with us on all platforms. We are Siddharth HR Consult on all social media handle. Please, if you've not subscribed to our YouTube, you are not following us on LinkedIn, on Facebook, it's not fair. Kindly please follow us so that we can be the one big family we are. Join us next week for another enlightening episode. Until then, keep championing positive change in your organizations. Go and lead CSR. Thank you. My name is Felicia, and I'm out.